All right. I was going to say good morning, but good evening. Well, the streak is alive. I'm back, baby. We're back. After a long day of travel, here we are. The first thing I did when I got home, after doing a little bit of unpacking and Wendy's hitting the rest of it, is grab the laptop and get set up and get connected because the hashtag live 365 happens every day. We're only about 10 hours late today, but something like that. And but we're doing it. So hop on, let me know how you're doing in the chat, 1 to 10. Little evening version here for you guys. And wanted to just say, yeah, welcome back, I guess. Welcome back to the real setup here where I can be in my own place and feel a little bit more comfortable. Dave Brackett, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We need to catch up. But yeah, we flew in about an hour late, and then we went to the hospital to see my friend Jimmy, who's back in and still fighting and still dealing with issues. And but he's doing it, and he's not giving up. So we touched down, and I was worried about him while we were gone because things didn't look great. So but he's hanging in there. We got to see him today, and Wendy says she's a solid 5. Well, that's good, kid. I think each one of us have said a couple times today, I don't have the bandwidth for that right now. And I'll tell you what, if you travel at all today, holy shit! I mean, people are off the wall, right? Like just the way they handle themselves in an airplane, an airport, and I don't know where common courtesy went, but it's missing. It's missing. Good morning, Luke McGee. Thanks for waiting on me. Hope you didn't wait around too long. So yeah, I had hoped to get on about early afternoon. We were going to touch down around noon, and then that pushed to 1:30, and then we went and saw Jimmy and had to go grab the dogs, got them settled, and had to get something to eat. And here we are. I said, geez, when we get off the plane, I said, man, we're not going to be home until 4:00. And I was wrong. It was 6. So anyway, here we are. We're doing it. And I want to bring you guys another day of a talk on discipline, okay? In our 10-day series, or day 8 on our Discipline Wins series. Let me get my notes here so I can see them a little bit better with my view. I got to speak while I was out there at the Steve Rosenberg or the Rosenberg Group 2-day ground school event, and I spoke yesterday at 10 a.m. and it was cool. I think it went really well. You come away from doing something like that, and you want to be like, well, how did it go? Was it impactful? All right, now what do I need to work on? What can we tune up next time? So Bubba Hogan was there. He just jumped on. Bubba, I hope your flight was good and safe and all that. Must have been if you're on. And yeah, Dave, we are exhausted. We're going to get a shower in and hit the couch here in a little bit, get charged up because I've got a busy day tomorrow and Friday because the front end of the week was jam-packed and we moved people around and all that stuff. So anyway, but good to see you guys, and got a few more days on the discipline thing. Today I want to talk about how discipline isn't rigid. It's a structure that frees you, actually. It's not about control or restriction. And when you think about discipline, it's like, you can smell me from here. I stay clean, Bracket. You know that. It's about creating a structure that gives you freedom to focus on what matters. Sometimes when we think discipline, it's, well, I can't do this and I can't do that, and I have to do all this shit that's not fun, right? It's not really that. But it's often viewed as something that, kind of restricts freedom, something like that. But the truth is, it's what gives you freedom, if you think about it. Freedom to focus on what truly matters. A well-structured life gives you the flexibility to do more, not less. When you commit to a disciplined routine, you free yourself from decision fatigue, right? Maybe I won't go to the gym, right? Distractions and making space for your highest priorities, right? So I'm hitting a coffee here late in the day, but it's probably not a good idea. A new low on the sleep score last night too, of 50. We had to get up at 3. So Bubba said, went okay, just excited. Someone asked him to sign that bestseller. Yeah, exactly. I didn't see you in line, Bubba. I may have signed a few books this weekend, which was fun. We brought 50 out there, had one for everybody. I think everybody that needed one got one. And so that was kind of cool. So met a lot of great people and had some impact. So I think it was good. So anyway, back to discipline. I might have to turn the chat off. Discipline is often seen as a cage, right? Something that confines us. But what if I told you that it's actually the key to unlocking your freedom? Most people avoid it. Most people avoid discipline because they associate it with restriction. But real discipline frees you to focus on what matters most. So tonight, this morning, right, we're going to explore how creating a structure in your day actually gives you a little more freedom and more opportunities. So Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. I think I put that on one of the other ones as well. I like that one. All right. Why do people think it's restricting? Well, Bob, funny you should ask. People often associate discipline with like rigid rules and punishment. There's Michelle. Hey, we finally landed. Good to see you. People often see it associated with rules and punishment and control. They think it means doing all the things you don't want to do and not have fun. But that's kind of a limited view. Discipline isn't about being perfect or controlling every moment. It's about intentionally creating space for the right things to happen. Without discipline, you're left being reactive and scattered and constantly making decisions in the moment. That's not freedom. That's chaos, guys. How does it create freedom? Pazookies, my new found love. Yeah, we may have had some ice cream last night, whatever that was underneath that. Yeah, we're at one of those restaurants, a little bit like Applebee's, where they put the calories on the menu. Bad idea. That's just a bad idea all the way around. Speaking of discipline, right? So how does it create freedom? It gives you freedom from distractions, right? If you're disciplined, you're probably free from distractions. When you have clear priorities and habits, there's less time wasted on trivial decisions. Freedom from stress. When you know exactly what you're doing and why, your mind is at ease. Less stress. How about freedom from regret? Disciplined action ensures you're showing up for the things that matter most. And you got the bandwidth for it. We're saying bandwidth tonight. It removes that nagging feeling that you're falling behind. Right? We don't want to fall behind. And then lastly, freedom from decision fatigue. Like when you create structured routines, you don't need to waste energy deciding what to do next. It's already planned out. You just do what you've already committed to. Yeah. Bob, say it for Mark. Yeah. Hey, there's Margaret. How you doing, kid? I had my autographed copy. Thanks again, Mr. Bob. Yeah, it was great to meet you and see you and connect. It's funny, when you're on Zoom all the time, you see people and you meet some great people. But then if you get a chance to go to an event and actually just spend some time in person, nothing better. So Margaret, it was great to see you, and Wendy and I enjoyed meeting you. It was great. So we'll look forward to getting together again real soon. So how do we use discipline to create structure and freedom, right? Here's the meat and potatoes of today's thing, right? Make it your ally. Make discipline your ally, not your enemy. So create systems and routines that are designed to serve you, not limit you. What works for me? I mean, why start something you're going to fail at and it sucks and you're not good at it? Set it up so that you can be successful. Give you a chance to be successful at it. Set the clear goals, attainable goals, then break them into daily, like non-negotiable actions. Like I said, set yourself up for success. Your daily discipline becomes a form of freedom because it keeps you focused on what truly matters, right? So the other thing to do is create systems to remove decisions. Lay those gym clothes out, right? Build structure around your tasks to avoid that decision fatigue. Yeah, who's on here? Agatha Hall's watching. Good to see you. Michelle Bunker is here. Dave Brackett's here. Bubba Hogan, Wendy. Luke McGee was here. I'm not sure. I think he's still here. Yeah. Hey, meal prep on Sundays to avoid wondering what you'll eat all week. Have a quick template for emails. Use ChatGPT, meetings, sales calls. So you're not reinventing the wheel. Yeah. One of our presenters down there this week was Masha, and she's from Russia. And she would say, ChatGPT. So I was giving her a ChatGPT. So we had some fun with that. How about choosing purposeful routines? Like designing your day so that it's aligned with your bigger goals. Like put it all together, guys. Reverse engineer that stuff. Your routine should be intentional, not random. It's like, I don't know what we're going to do today. We'll go out and do something. Get clarity on your momentum in the morning. Midday, you can focus on the highest priorities. And then evening, reflect on the day and reset for the next day. And lastly, build in some flexibility. Steve would probably argue, but I'll say that discipline isn't about rigidity. It's about consistency with a little bit of flexibility mixed in. Yeah, late night with Turner. We're checking the box, Matt Blood. You didn't think I was going to leave you hanging, did you? I'd be here at 11:59 if we had to. I didn't want to do it in the plane. I didn't want to be that guy. Yeah, but leave some space for spontaneity, creativity, downtime, knowing that your core commitments are in place, right? So build in that flexibility. So here's the action step for you guys, right? This week, today, tomorrow, whatever. Identify one area of your life that feels unstructured. Where could something need some work, whether it's your work or your health or your relationships or your finances? Design a simple structure or routine to bring a little bit of discipline in that area. Hey, I'm saving this much money each week, or I'm depositing this much in my 401k, whatever it is, but leave a little room for flexibility. Be realistic. And then commit to following that for a week or so. 7 days, big deal. See how it frees you up. Okay? Pop a fist pump in here, guys, if any of that rung true with you. Discipline is not a cage. It's a framework for you to live in your highest purpose. Framework for you to live in your highest purpose. The more structure you create, the more freedom you have to focus on what really matters. Pretty simple, right? Yeah. Wendy said it was bad to meet you. Margaret, I don't know. I'm sorry you guys had such a terrible interaction. So glad to meet you. I know what you meant to say. And just as I was feeling a little bit bad that we missed Dave Howard this morning, here he is showing up on the live at 6:23 p.m. So thank you for coming, Dave. Good to see you. So, guys, did any of that resonate with you? Does the discipline need a little bit of a tune-up? Is there something you could be more consistent at? Hey, we traveled today, but it's 6 p.m. and the first thing I did is come down here and get set up, put all the stuff back together and flip on the switch, and here we go, right? We get it done. We get the stuff done every day. Day 146 in a row. Because I said I'm doing this every day this year. Started 5 days early. Do the math. I think I added right. It's just about that. Bubba said, like a budget. Can't spend, people think, but you do what you want, but be disciplined. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Do what you want, but be disciplined, right? Don't worry about what others think. You can't, I bet you said can't spend more than you make. Like a budget. Yeah, exactly. For sure. A lot of people on here that I can see. I'm just scrolling down through the attendees. People that are disciplined. That's my coach. That's right, Mark. Yeah. You didn't think I was just going to come home and take a nap, did you? And the best part is I'll be back in about 13 and a half hours or something like that. So we get it in. Travel went well today. The 2-day event was awesome. And Mark and Michelle were down. They had a great time. Drank from the fire hose. Learned from some of the best. The special guest, if you guys are wondering, that we had was 1985 Mr. Universe, Lee Labrada, owner of Labrada Nutrition. And they do about $100 million selling protein shakes and supplements and things like that. So, Ed Ricker, good to see you, buddy. But here's this dude. He's like 5'6", and he's 65 years old, and he's jacked. And he's like, he was for 7 years, he was top 4 in the world at all the top 4 bodybuilding. Been on 100 different magazine covers. And what a humble guy. Getting his three sons involved in the business, and one of his sons now is ranked, I think, 4th or 7th in the world right now. So yeah, it was good to hear from somebody like that. And we were at a lunch, and I looked around. I kind of looked around the table, and almost half the people that were there were millionaires, and I was like, wow. And I was talking to Bobby Hayden, one of Steve's business cohorts, associates. And Bobby does a lot of the setup for the 2-day event. And he said, hey, today's a great day. And I was standing there with he and Steve. He says it's National Millionaires Day. And I said, oh, that's cool. And I said, well, for me, it's National Hang Out with Millionaires Day. So they had a good chuckle on that because we all know who isn't the millionaire in that group. But anyway, good stuff, good times. I always meet somebody, and I meet a lot of people, but I always come away with something for my own business and for like personally what I want to do. And so it's, as much as I was there in a coaching capacity and speaking capacity, I just immerse myself in that kind of stuff and see what I can take away. Mark says the event was insanely amazing. Great protein shakes. Yeah. We're going to have to get some because I lost mine at TSA this morning out of my backpack. So, man, we got turned around at TSA too. Wendy got her new state ID or real ID or what have you in the last couple of weeks. So it must not have logged in the system. So we made it through the ticket line all the way through TSA, and the guy gives us the old thumb, head back to the ticket counter, get that shit straightened out. All they did is reprint our boarding pass, and we were off and running. I don't know what it was, but they just make you go through the stuff. So we got through there, a little bit stressful for a minute. And especially when don't you like when you do get to TSA, you get through, and then you get to the warden, the one that's screaming at you to take your shoes off. and that, I got my laptops out, and she's like, no laptops, everything in the bed, take the belt off, take the shoes off. Just like, holy shit, I'm right in a cold sweat, right? Like I said to Wendy, this is the most stressful one I've ever done. She agreed. We got through it. So Wendy says, Mark Monkey, you might not right now. I'm way overtired. Need to go to bed already. Yeah. She is peopled out. Yeah. And if 2 days of hanging out with mostly guys doesn't do it for you, or 4 or 5 days, a trip through a couple of airports and sitting in planes and sitting on a runway for a while, we'll do it. The good news is we sat on the runway for, 40 minutes, but it made it so Wendy could watch the entire Wicked movie and got it all in before we hit Portland. So it worked out. I was like Weekend at Bernie's over there, just doing the head bob, trying to catch up on some sleep. So, but overall, it was great. Matt Blood, we missed you. But next time we'll get down there, and I think you'll enjoy that. So, and when it was a good time for Richard Nordheim and Bubba and I and Steve to kind of gel a little bit, got to spend some time together, hanging out and just kind of talking about how things go from here as a team and how we can best help Steve grow the Rosenberg group. So came home with a new t-shirt, wear it with pride. It was cold on the plane, so I threw something over it. So anyway, guys, as I always say, if you're looking for help, if you need a strategy call, hit me up. I've got the Wendy just put the link in for the free strategy call, 30 minutes. I'll get back to my link posting and hammering you guys with all kinds of links in the chat tomorrow. But tomorrow, speaking of tomorrow, back to your regularly scheduled programming. And we're going to tackle one of the toughest battles in building discipline, and that's the consistency muscle, building that consistency muscle and how to strengthen your ability to show up again and again, even when you don't feel like it. All right. So I'll let you sleep on that. We're going to get turned around here and settle that back into the 007 Aqua. And I'll be back with the live 365 tomorrow at 8 a.m. Mark says, I don't think Michelle and Wendy would shut up. Love you both. Yeah, we had a great time. That's the good thing about these things. Just spend a little bit of time together and just seeing people and getting away from Zoom a little bit. It's great. Zoom's great to keep people connected, but nothing better than just being able to hop in the car and go grab some dinner and just spending some time with one another. So anyway, upcoming events, if you have a chance, I'd urge you to check them out. We'll put the link in tomorrow, but there's a 2-day takeoff event happening in Houston in June. And obviously June, July, August, all of them coming up. So we'll put the link in tomorrow. But for today, day 146, I think it is. We're moving towards 150. We have satisfied the requirements. We went live every day. So it was touch and go there for a minute. We got it done. I appreciate you guys being on and joining me this evening so I wouldn't have to be by myself. And reach out to one another, right? If there's somebody on this thread and you don't know them, hit them up with a friend request. And let's get connected. Please invite people to the Summit Facebook group. It's our private community, but we're closing in on 2,000 members. And one of the exercises we had to do at the end of the event yesterday was write a letter to ourselves, and Steve's going to send it to us in a year. And I won't share everything I wrote. It was like, how do you want your life to look in a year? Well, one of the things that I wrote was I want 4,000 people in that group this time next year. So there's the goal. The gauntlet has been thrown down. So yeah, absolutely. So Mark says the bunkers are in. Yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Looking forward to it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Get some rest. Dave Howard says I'll have to invite another 100. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. You've invited everybody. So if everybody joined that you've invited, Dave, we'd have 5,000-6,000 in there. But I find there's about a 5% return on that stuff. So if you invite 100, we'll get 5 new members. So go ahead. Keep it coming. I appreciate you, brother. Guys, have a good night. It's been great. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. All right. Take care. Have a great night. See ya.